So here's my question. If right and left as nomenclatures are becoming increasingly irrelevant, what is the lens we put on to understand or to look at politics through? Because if you see Modi's own political capital, something very interesting has happened. In June, after the Lok Sabha elections, it seems as if Modi had been contained, just restricted a bit, put within a kind of boundary that hemmed him in slightly. But every successful assembly win thereafter seems to indicate only one thing. Modi is back as the dominant political brand of India. And the Congress that seemed to be on the mend in June 2024 seems to be adrift. How do we understand this phenomena? Because Rahul Gandhi certainly sees himself as an ideologue. I don't know if he'd call himself right and or left, but he sees himself as ideologically opposed to the BJP. If it's not right or left, how do we understand the success of one and the relative failure of the other?
I don't think right and left has much to do with it. I think Mr. Modi's popularity took a knocking during the parliamentary elections. I think the Congress had an advantage. I think it's indisputable, as you say, that his popularity has recovered and that the Congress opportunity has been destroyed or lost. There was much more they could have done to build on that win, but they never capitalized on the momentum. On the other hand, all the talk when Mr. Modi stood for election was that if he comes back, India will be transformed. Everyone will speak Hindi. The South will be contained. There will be no more elections at different times for assemblies and Lok Sabhas. Everything will be together. So if you look at all the things he was supposed to do to transform the nature of India, none of those has successfully been pulled off yet. So, in terms of winning elections, yes, of course, I think people drew the wrong conclusions from the Lok Sabha. In terms of transforming India as people thought he would, well, not happened yet.
So, so did people take the wrong conclusion from the Lok Sabha elections, or did the opposition not build on the conclusion of the Lok Sabha elections?
I think both. I think the opposition screwed up in the aftermath of the Lok Sabha elections. I personally think that the opposition still hadn't worked out why Mr. Modi did badly and they did well. So when you don't know what message the voters are sending, you can't really act on it. I also think that Mr. Modi didn't go into the Lok Sabha election just hoping for a majority, which he didn't actually get. He went in thinking that he would be hailed as a transformative figure, as a man who rebuilt India as completely as Jawaharlal Nehru had built it. I don't think that hope has actually come to pass.